welcome back. Today we are going to talk about two scenes in the cinematic universe that is Marvel. We will be talking about the 180 rotating shot in Black Panther 1, as well as the 90-degree rotation in Loki, the final episode of the series. Now, spoiler warning, since we will be talking about crucial parts in both of the movie of Black Panther and Loki, the series. So starting off, Black Panther did it, of course, first in their movie. The rotation takes place right after Killmonger becomes the Black Panther. He has taken the seed. He now has the agility. He has all the abilities that Black Panther has. And then he decides to burn the garden. Oh my god, that shot was so beautiful. This goes right into a upside down throne room, and then it slowly starts rotating 180 degrees. Killmonger then sits on his throne, and we go on our merry way for the shot. However, the difference with Loki and Black Panther, aside from it being 90 degrees on Loki and 180 on Killmonger, is the location that it was shot at and what the 180 represented. There was the Council of People. It was a filled shot. In the background, there was windows that showed you the skyline of Wakanda. The upside down throne room represents Wakandans have been flipped on their head and they now have a new king, a very different king from what they are used to, a more war type rather than a diplomatic king. So all of this is being represented in the 180 rotation of this shot. The movie has been flipped on its head. The bad guy actually did win at this point in the movie, and what that means. So it's supposed to kind of make you feel like, oh my god, this really happened. So we had already seen the throne room prior to this rotating shot. However, in Loki, this is a completely new environment. It is a 90-degree shot instead of a 180. I think they just wanted to kind of winding spiral of time and make it look like a tunnel and have that kind of image in the shot at all times, unlike in Killmonger shot where it didn't matter because the focus was Killmonger himself. Everything else was just an add-on to that. And another difference is that in Killmonger shot it pans in, and in Loki shot it pans out. However, of course, if you want to keep that beautiful archway, that beautiful tunnel imagery, then yes, you would have to pan out because you would completely lose it if you panned into these, which is why I'm amazed that they didn't even go with a 360 type of shot, because in making it a 180, the time frame that they did, I just felt like the rotation itself was very, very slow. Aside from the tunnel arc imagery, it was very bland. It did not help that the backdrop of the buildings, like the wall itself, made it look like someone just painted on strokes instead of what I feel like they were trying to go for is cracking, like the actual building is cracked because they are at the end of time. I feel like maybe if it was a 360 it could have worked had it been a wider shot where both Lokis are further into the tunnel. So if they want to do the tunnel shot, maybe I just noticed the tunnel. But, you know, when I look at that tunnel, I think of Time Stream. I think of the Sacred Timeline. I think of that idea that the whole show has been kind of putting in your head. It doesn't help. Prior to this, they literally have the camera go through what they call the Sacred Timeline as a tunnel. So, like, that imagery is still in my head when I see this rotation shot and I see that tunnel type imagery. So I feel like it should be there. I think that's definitely intentional. But if it really was that intentional, then either don't rotate it or rotate it all the way. Have it be, 360 type of shot, but the Lokis are further in the back and they are coming out of the tunnel, and you don't have to zoom in or zoom out. Literally just a stabilized shot, so just a steady shot on a tripod, fully rotated 360 degrees, I think would have worked more beautifully than the 90-degree shot that they did. I think that they had shot everything else so beautifully that shot didn't need to be there. Another way they could have done it was make it actually a tunnel type scenario. Okay, make it a tunnel. Make it where the archways have in-betweens, so that when you're rotating at 360, you're seeing the entire arc. Even though it is oval shape, you're seeing it fully rotate, as well as never really losing the fact that the arc is not, like, the arc would still take up the majority of the shot, because as you're going through the tunnel, then whatever archway comes next will be taking up the majority of the shot. So I think that shot could have just been done so much better. I'm nitpicky with shots. Like, I just, like, when I see something that I don't like, I start thinking of how I would shoot it, and those are just two scenarios that I would shoot it in, which would be just a tripod, stand still, 360, or do a dolly shot in, pulling out of the actual hallway, following both Lokis into the main room, and doing that full 360, taking advantage of that, which is kind of what they do in Black Panther, but they basically follow him. So we would be following that person, we would just be facing them, so we would have to pull out, so it would be a natural shot. So they do pan out in the shot. It's just a 360 inside the tunnel would have been, I think, a better dolly shot out than it being from the archway exit all the way out. As for Loki, it didn't really mean anything to me. It maybe was to make you feel a little bit jarring, a little out of place, but I feel like a full 360 would have done that better inside the tunnel. It would have also kept in the representation of the sacred timeline. They had already done a shot where we were inside a tunnel. It would have been nice to keep that symmetry in that same episode. It wasn't that far apart. I think it would have worked really great, really well. I feel like it was just a missed opportunity in that shot. But let me know what you guys think down below. And did you like the finale of Loki? Please comment below. And thank you guys for listening to my thoughts. I appreciate it. And you guys have a great day. Bye.